Hey all, Pete here. It's October 2nd and I'm out putting some steel in the ground for coyotes. Just right off the bat, you know, a couple guys always seem to ask me if it's too early, and yeah, it probably is in some places, but where I trap, I have never had a bad early coyote. I've always had bad late coyotes. So I start the first week of October. You know, they're not all the way furred up, but this year, I don't even know if we're gonna take any to the sale. If we do, we'll take the real good ones, but we're trying to get a bunch of pellets to do some different things with them, and they don't need to be, you know, furred up completely. They need to look good, but they don't have to be friggin' awesome, you know. And the coyotes in my area aren't all that great to begin with, honestly. I'm south of the Snake River, and it's just, well, I'm barely north of it right here, but they just aren't real good till you get a little farther north. So anyway, I've never caught a bad early coyote, but I catch plenty of bad late ones. And I think part of that has to do too with the fact that a lot of these are farm coyotes, you know, so they're always going under fences and through Russian olives and all kinds of stuff. And they tend to tear themselves up, rub themselves up faster. So anyway, that being said, 2nd of October, usually I start sometime between the 3rd and the 6th. And I just want to show you this little set I made right here. Me and my buddy Ron Martell are teaming up this year just because it saves us time, and I've got a daughter now, so I don't like to get so busy out on the trap line that I can't spend time with my daughter. And so we're teaming up this year. We're going to hit one set of properties kind of on the east of where we live for the month of October. We're going to hit another set of properties right in kind of the middle of where we live for November, and we're going to hit another set of properties kind of west of where we live in December, because that's where we can catch bobcats too. So we were out here the other day throwing a bunch of beaver carcasses along this fence line, and I snared this fence line last year. So I think I made one video, I think it was the last coyote of the year that I caught in one of these snares, and I did it in the winter when there was snow. But I won't be able to do it this winter, and so we're doing it now. And me and Ron were out here throwing beaver carcasses along this, sorry, I'm kind of digressing here. Me and Ron were throwing beaver carcasses along this fence line just to get the coyotes coming over. And the other night, and they're gone. They're long gone, and you could tell that coyotes and birds and everything under the sun got a hold of them. We were standing here trying to figure out where we would make a set on these trails. We're gonna put some snares in too, but we're gonna wait till we can check every day because it's so hot right now. It's still warm. And so we decided to do some footholds, and we're trying to talk about where to do it. And we decided, you know, we kind of looked around, we're like, oh, right there, right? So if we look over here, I'm going to show you, there's 2 trails, and one goes on each side of this wood pile and this brush. And what I did is I just made a blind set on each side. So I haven't put any lure, I haven't put anything there. I might put a little gland on one and a little urine on the other. I just don't want it to be too heavy because I love blind trail sets. They are my absolute favorite sets for coyotes. If you have a trail that the coyotes are already walking on, just put a blind set in there. You don't alert them, you don't give them any kind of warning. You know, you just make it look pretty normal and natural, and coyote comes down the trail and bam. You know, you don't need to draw them towards something that they're already on. The only reason to put lure or urine or something there would be if you want to try to keep them there for a minute. If you're worried they may not hit your trap, you know. And so sometimes I might put just a scotch of gland or just a tiny bit of urine, just enough for that they go, wait, what's that? And kind of, and then bam, but not enough that when they're coming up the trail, that scent hits them, they're like, oh my gosh, you know, I just barely, very subtle. Almost to where they won't smell it till they're right on it. So I was going to show you here. So we got this wood pile. So we got this trail. So we walk up this trail here. And there's my set right there. I didn't put it there because mice are going back and forth, and they tend to dig up stuff like that sometimes. And then we go over here, back down this trail. Sorry for the camera. Go up this trail. And then my set's right there next to that log. So either way a coyote decides to go, he's gonna hit this, he's gonna hit one of those. And you know, like I said, blind trail sets probably catch me almost as many coyotes every year as that Boddicker set I like to use. And if you want to know what the Boddicker set is, I made a video on it last year or 2 years ago, I don't remember. And generally good comments on it. One guy gave me a hard time because I was explaining how much dirt I put over the trap in inches and half inches and whatever. And he said that was silly or stupid or something, I don't know. But my videos are for beginners, and when I was learning how to coyote trap, I'm thankful that the guy who taught me how to trap explained to me about how much dirt you want over the top of those traps. And that made a big difference. So, you know, if you don't have something nice to say, move on. If you want to see the Boddicker set, like I said, under canine trapping playlist, it's on there. And if you want to see a blind trail set, how I make a blind trail set, I also made a video for that. It's on there, so I don't like to reproduce videos. Hopefully we'll have a coyote here. I'll shoot a catch video here in the next few days. And remember, God is great, guns are good, and freedom is precious.